Mailman. Oh my, Mailman. Oh jeez.
Um, I don't know.
And I'm gonna turn the heat up. I'm gonna turn the heat up for shit. It's a little
Turn the
chilly
heat
in my
up.
room.
Do your thing.
Huh?
Do your thing.
Cool. I'll maybe like 2 seconds. I'm back. What's up, Q? What's up, Sam? Thank God tomorrow's gonna be like in the late 60s, cause this whole flip floppy weather, I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah.
I put my fucking robe on and shit. I was like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you had a great birthday weekend, Q. So now Lil Wayne supports Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl. So now he supports him. Okay.
Wow.
Lil Wayne's just confused,
After
man. I'm
all,
sorry.
man.
Mm. Lord have mercy. Well, we have like 2 weeks left in this year and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this year, to be real with you. I don't know if I want to say it was a good year, bad year. I'm just grateful I made it through this whole year. Fuck it. I do know 2025 is going to be a crazy year.
You know.
If I start in about 3 more minutes. So, so the Michael Jackson songs that they found was like from 88 to 1990 when
Yeah.
they found that storage. So, like, you're talking like bad, dangerous era. It's just drop them
LL
shits
Cool
like right.
J. LL Cool J collab that I never heard.
Yeah, I heard that shit. That serious effect. That joint.
Yeah.
That's just on YouTube over there. That's that shit. I like that joint.
Hmm. Wonder why they didn't
I
release
kind of.
that.
That's a great question because that would have easily fit on Dangerous. Easily.
Right. Why wasn't that released?
I know he did something with
Def
Run
Jam.
DMC.
Oh.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Def Jam and clearing to be on it or what?
Might be just label politics too. You got to remember that.
Oh yeah.
The same shit that prevented Dre and Ice Cube from doing that Helter Skelter shit. Sometimes
Also, Simmons said,
back
"Nope, you're not gonna be on the Michael Jackson album, but I'm gonna be over here grabbing women's asses and shit."
chill.
That part.
'Cause I know sometimes like with certain labels back in them days,
Mm,
they were very careful about like overexposing certain artists. Like
mm,
that's why if you remember like that song I Just Can't Stop Loving You from the Bad album,
mm,
originally that was supposed to have been Whitney Houston that was supposed to have been on that record. But Clive Davis
mm,
was like, nah, because at that time you gotta remember she had just dropped the second album, the Whitney album. She was on
right.
tours and everything like that too. So labels were like at the time very careful about exposing the artists compared to now, because now everyone just does records with everybody and shit like that. It's like there's no mystique to it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and you know how the Michael Jackson estate be and shit. It's like some shit they'll release, some shit they won't release for sure.
Right.
But that is just another reason why we need that dangerous remastered edition. And I when I say this shit, I have these albums, but I like when the remastered edition sometimes when I'm on Spotify and they might
Mm,
have like unreleased tracks, but they might remaster them like perfectly and shit like that. That's the remaster. That's why I like a remaster.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm, I get it. Wait, what up, Ray?
Hey Ray, which is why Princess Parade album should have been remastered a long time ago.
Facts, facts.
That's another story for a different day. But I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? This your boy Reg in the building. You know what I'm saying? Kicking off this week off. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me.
What up? What up? Salute.
So today's album anniversary is going to be Absol with the Herbert album. This album came out December 16th, 2022. This was like his return to music because he came back after 6 years. Because the last time he came out before this was Do What Thou Wilt, which that actually might be my favorite Absol record, believe it or not. But we've done a review on this album. Like I think like late 2022, early 2023, one of them years, and stuff like that. This he came back strong with this one. That's all I'm going to say. He came back strong, like after all them years and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very dope production, very dope subject matter and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Love songs like Moon Shooter with Joy Badass, Hollandaise, The Wild Side with Janae Aiko, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember this album came out like late in 2022, and
Um,
it wasn't really an album I heard a lot of people give us just due to when it came out.
right.
I'm saying, because you gotta remember when it came to like Absol, as much as I love Absol, his discography can be very hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he have an album like These Days that came out way earlier, which he was kind of trying to do that trap shit, and then of course, like we talked about the recent album he came out with, the Soul Burger joint, which that one was okay. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It wasn't really everything, but this album to me, next to Do What Thou Wilt, might be my favorite album he's ever done. So, what do you think about this record?
That was good. That was good. That was a good album for Absol that year when that came out. One of his best. Uh, I didn't like his new one though, but this one to me was better.
I agree. Alrighty, now we're gonna get to this main event. Yeah, I think I'll show this album cover. It's only a condom cover. We're gonna talk about Snoop Dogg. Well, Dre and Snoop Dogg's album Missionary. This album came out literally this past Friday and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? It came out with a few singles called "Gorgeous," "Out of the Blue," and "Another Part of Me." So when it comes to this record, you guys know Dre pretty much had his hands on all the beats, but he did have some additional help though. And some of them cats are ICU. Oh, Sam Snee is on this album. Okay. Jason Saya, Third Turnbull, Lawton Asian Bohari, Them Joints, Books the Beast, FNZ, LBS, Jesse Carport Wilson, Self Be True, Focus, Eric Bluth Griggs, Preach BLL4, Frederick, Mel Beat, C.S. Armstrong, Eric Hudson, and Danny Ezra Burdock. This album came under a joint deal with Death Row Records, Aftermath, and Interscope. Never thought I'd see the day. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, guest appearances include BJ's Chicago Kid, Alus. I'm not gonna count Dre as a guest feature. 'Cause he pretty much did a lot of the beats on this album. So you'll have a song that says featuring Dr. Dre, but I'm not gonna count him as a feature. Janae Aiko, Tom Petty, Jelly Roll, K-A-N, Cam, Sting, Method Man Smitty, Coco Sarah, 50 Cent, Eminem, and that's it. Alright, so you guys should know Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I mean, we don't have to tell people, motherfuckers, who they are and everything like that, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I am going to talk about, like, the stuff that they've done together. The stuff that they've done together. So you guys should know, they were both on the Death Row Records and everything. And pretty much when it came to them, they started off with the song Deep Cover. That was supposed to be on like a Deep Cover soundtrack and everything like that too, which that soundtrack was pretty solid. It's funny too because Dre is always went on record saying he never liked that record. You know what I'm saying? That's why he rarely performs that shit live and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? What else? What else? So then that was like a teaser for what was to come with the Chronic, one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. That led to Dre doing Snoop's album, Doggy Style, and everything like that too, which that's another hip hop classic and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, another hip hop classic right there and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And so when it came to that being said, you know, Dre was pretty much up in death row up until like, of course, '96. He was originally supposed to have done Dogfather album, Snoop, but with Suge, pretty much blackballing him from the label, he had to relinquish all them beats and everything like that. So I kind of want to hear some of them original beats for that Dogfather. I kind of want to see where it sounded to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because if you guys know me, I never cared for the Dogfather album like that when it came to Snoop. It has some joints though, but my main issue was the production. As much as I love cats like Pooh, DJ Pooh, and everything like that too, I felt like they gave Snoop some of his worst beats, and plus Snoop didn't really sound like excited on that record like that. You know what I'm saying? He just going through the motions, which to be understandable and shit. So fast forward to 1999. Well, excuse me, 1998. They were supposed to have done the original version of Zoom for the Bulls soundtrack. Excuse me. You guys should know that record. You guys should know that record and stuff like that. That was originally supposed to have been for a collab album, which I didn't know about this shit until I was watching a video recently.
Mhm.
So Dre is supposed to have done a collab album called Break Up to Make Up, but
Right.
that ended up getting scrapped too and everything. And they actually gave that Zoom beat to King T, But that was also on his unreleased album Thy Kingdom Come, which we gotta talk about that record one day too.
Mm-hmm.
The unreleased Aftermath album, which I feel like that's pretty straight.
Right.
And next thing you know it, he re-recorded Zoom, but with LL Cool J. That's the version we all know from the Bullwoods soundtrack. Bullwoods, that was the movie with that dude
Warren Beatty.
Robert B. Yeah, yeah. Warren Beatty, excuse me, yeah. And Halle Berry. That movie was a weird movie to this day. I really only like that movie really for Halle Berry, to be real with you. Because she looked good as fuck in that movie, but that's besides the point.
Absolutely.
And then Dre didn't really officially return to a Snoop record into No Limit Top Dog. He did like 3 joints on that album, which that's one of my favorite Snoop records of all time. Kind of underrated if you ask me, because niggas love to talk, saying, "Oh, No Limit, oh my God, Snoop on No Limit." Acting like that's the worst thing since sliced bread. But
That shit.
as much as I love Snoop, though, he had a lot of worse shit. I love the no minus the game to be sold. I love that No Limit era.
So do I.
hmm And so, then in the early 2000s and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Dre also did some shits on Snoop Dogg's Last Meal album. There was also supposed to have been an NWA reunion in some sorts with Snoop Dogg being in place for Easy E, but that never really materialized. And so throughout the 2000s, Dre and Snoop has always like appeared on each other's songs,
Mm.
or also they also did the movie The Wash, classic movie in my opinion. It's like one of those movies you've seen on BT a lot back in them days, but at the same, whatever, Romeo, how you doing? It's like one of those movies you'll see on BT from back in them days, but it's like a cult classic and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like throughout the 2000, they were doing a lot of each other's shit. I love the shit that he did for Snoop's the Blue Cartman treatment and everything like that too. He did shit like Imagine, Boss's Life, you know what I'm saying? Which he did do that with Mark Batson and stuff like that too, just letting y'all know. And so fast forward to like the mid 20 teens and everything like that too. That's when, they were supposed to have done shit for Dre's Detox album and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? They had like a few snippets here and there. But we all know what happened with Detox, that's all I'm gonna say. And so Snoop did appear on Dre's comeback album, the Compton album, which a lot of people will get that confused with the Straight Outta Compton soundtrack. That is not, and I repeat, that it's not the soundtrack of Straight Outta Compton. He just did that album just to release it and capitalize on that. But I'm gonna be real with you, and this is just my personal opinion. I felt like some of the beats on Compton could have been Detox S beats, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Without him actually telling y'all. So that's what I personally think. But it is what it is. Because some of them beats just sound a little outdated, but not in a bad way and shit. But hey, fuck it. So fast forward to like 2022, you should know that by this time, Snoop had just picked up the rebranded Death Row Records, and he had made an announcement that he was working on some shit with Dr. Dre, and this was instrumental because you gotta remember that 2020 2021, Dre had that brain aneurysm and stuff like that too, and Snoop was also going with the beef with Eminem. Yeah, y'all remember that shit when he pretty much said Eminem was not implementing hip hop, but once Dre was sick and everything, even Snoop had said in the interview, he felt like that was the wrong shit to do, and he actually apologized to Eminem, and he actually did appear on his album. So yeah, so they announced that he was working on this shit, of course, the Martian Brochus album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So he was working all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we've been hearing about this album for months. Me and Try have been joking about saying, "Oh, this album's not going to come out," and everything like
Right.
that too. And we've all said that shit. And Originally they was trying to come out with this album for the 30th anniversary for Doggy Style, like in November of 90, so November 2023. But Dre being the perfectionist that he is, he wanted a bit more work on the album, and it wasn't helping matters when he had people like DOC and Stephen A. Smith trying to say, "Oh, this album's made," trying to hype this album up and everything like that too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Hmm. So then that's when in November the first single finally came out and everything like that too. And the album actually finally came out like last week. So there's actually two album covers when it comes to this album, and I'm trying to find the second album cover. Um, the first cover is like condom, right? I think I want to say it's a condom or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully YouTube don't be on no funny shit with this one because you know how YouTube be and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show you what the this alternate cover, and I personally like the alternate cover a bit more.
Hmm.
Of course, right here where it has like the cartoon, the Snoop
That should have
cartoon
been
from
the
the
album
doggy.
cover. That should have been the
That
main
should
one.
have been.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah, like the Compton cover. I mean, the condom cover is cool though, but
Mm.
I'm just like okay, all right, it is what it is. Because when I listen to the album, it does not really scream sex and everything like that too. That's just my
Yeah,
personal opinion.
I agree.
But yeah, man. So this album has 16 tracks. We're gonna get started with the first song called "Foreplay" with BJ the Chicago Kid. Nice way to kick off the album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? It is like a little short intro where they got that stylistic sample, which I'm not going to tell y'all what sample that is. Y'all should know. It's been used by a lot of people and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So it
I
uses
actually
that
got that one.
sample, and that sample, yeah, I got the album too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But this one was pretty straight. Like it's like an intro to a movie and shit.
Let me ask you something. Is it too late with Dre and Snoop, for their age to still be raunchy? Is it too late for them to do
Just
that?
to be what?
Like X-rated and raunchy.
Absolutely not. Too short's like in his mid 50s, and you still talking some X-rated shit.
My thing is, I was expecting an intro like Doggy Style. Like with some women. They getting they fuck on. Hence the name Missionary. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole album cover for Doggy Style went with the title of the album. You know what I'm saying? You got
Right.
this album cover, the album cover with the condom missionary. I was expecting an intro like that. They gave us some other shit with BJ the Chicago Kid, and we've heard so many people use that stylistic sample already. You know what I'm saying? Why not give
Yeah.
us something? I wasn't impressed with the intro. I just felt like with the album title, I'm expecting to hear something raunchy on that. There's nothing raunchy about the intro.
Yeah, and you know what? You hit the nail on the head. Like we were, I was expecting something from like Doggy Style, and when it came to certain tracks, I didn't want that chronic Doggy Style G Funk. But you gotta remember, Dre ain't never gonna really go back to that sound and everything. What up, Dawn of the Dead? How you doing,
What up? Sherry was good.
Dre? We gotta remember, like when these artists come back, we gotta realize they're never gonna go back to that certain sound. Like Primo ain't gonna go back to that certain sound he was doing for Hard to Earn. Um, Muggs ain't gonna go back to that
That's not
certain
true.
sound.
That's not true. That is not true. They have that sound still, but they can always update it to now. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
Drake. The thing about Drake, like it's more instrumentation for him now these days, and he's using a lot more like orchestra in his music, which is something he didn't do in the '90s. But If this is supposed to be like a spiritual sequel to Doggy Style is what they calling it. I'm expecting to hear a intro like Doggy Style. You know what I mean? Not an intro where you use the same tired ass stylistic sample that everybody else done used. We've heard it so many times. You can make a whole list of how many people used it. I want to hear intro
Right.
like you gave us some Doggy Style. You know, bathtub intro, the bathtub intro on Doggy Style. I want to hear something like that on here. They didn't give us that.
True. Yeah, man. Hell, I feel like the best person that used that stylistic sample was West Side Connection. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And you do make a great point. You do make a very strong point because it's like a lot of and that's the thing. There's like a lot of familiar samples with this album, which we'll talk more about that. We'll definitely talk more about that. But yeah, you do make some great points. Track number two, Shangri La. Now this is one of the ones that was co-produced by CM Sneed, Cyan Agent. Very, very, very cool joint right here. If you guys know that sample, you guys are hip hop heads because that's a classic Ahmad Jamal sample that's been used by certain motherfuckers and shit like that, especially from the mid to late '90s. A lot of cats use that sample. Snoop over here doing this thing on this one. You know what I'm saying? I love the line where he says, "Nigga never check for me unless you gotta check for me. Fuck you, pay me respectfully, especially melodies mixed with felonies, nigga. You know my legacy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Love this record. Yeah, this was a banger right here. This should
That
also be a single, in my opinion.
De La Soul sample this for Stakes is High. The title track.
Yeah, of course.
We loved it. This was dope, you know. I think if you had like a different type of intro where you had like a Doggy Style type of intro, and then if they wanted to play the stylistics joint in the background and then it segues into this song, it would have fit. You know what I'm saying? But this was a good song. You know, we had Snoop had some lines on here. You know, it's what it's meant to be. My appointment with destiny, trials and tribulations was testing me. Shit was stretching me. I loved his flow on that. You know, this was decent, a nice, you know, little album starter.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Next track we got is Out of the Blue featuring A-List and everything like that too. Um, this song was okay. You know what I'm saying? I know this is on the Madden NFL 25 soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the samples that they use for this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know. Um, yeah, this one was okay. It wasn't even one of my favorites.
This my joint right here. This to me is one of the best songs on the album. Definitely love
Oh
this
wow.
joint. I love the beat transition that Dre had on here. You know, that sample that he used, and then it goes into like the other, it switches up into the other beat, and him and Dre just trading bars. Dre's only on like 2 tracks rapping. I thought he was gonna be on more tracks, but he's only on 2 tracks rapping. I think this is the best one with him and Snoop on it. And love it. The video, different story. I didn't think they needed to make a long form video for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just did it just to do it. It seemed like they didn't really know what to do with the video, but
Yeah,
this bang, it's one of the best songs on it to me.
definitely. All right, next track, Hard Knocks. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite tracks on this album and everything like that too. Definitely love the beat switch up and everything. So, with this track right here, Snoop is just doing this like a little braggadocial thing and everything like that too. Talking about his legacy, his impact, how he came up his way and shit like that too. And I like when we get to the second verse, you know what I'm saying? I like how he's paying homage to all of the classic songs that he was in, like Gin and Juice, Murder Was the Case, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Talking about on the third verse, he's talking about how he took this gangster shit worldwide, but then he had that beat switch up and everything, and that's when he was on some fucking gangster shit with that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this right here, with that being said, this is definitely a favorite track.
This was dope. Yeah, like you said, like there's another beat switch on here. You got like some kids on the chorus for this. Snoop saying, murder was the fucking case. That's the killer Cali way. Ricky in the alleyway. Just another Saturday. Drinking gin and juice while these bitches were sipping Alizé. It's just a matinee. Watching me blow a bag a day. I love his flow. Like he still got it. Like his flow is still there. Like you know what I'm saying. I still love his flow. The beat was fire. This was good.
Yeah, this is a track I was just like, yeah, he went back in his bag. Like they took the old stuff that they used to do it and just updated
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
for a 2024 twist to it. Now this is the one I do like.
Yeah.
Track number 5, Gorgeous, featuring Janae Aiko. I don't like this track. I'm gonna be real with you. I do
Man,
not like this
so you
track.
don't like the singles you don't like. You like you don't like none of the singles
Yeah,
right now.
I already expressed like most of the singles I didn't really care for, and I know this was like the first single I heard from this album, and
Uh-huh.
I remember I told you I was like, try if this album is gonna be like this throughout most of this album, they could have just kept this shit. And I'm a huge fan of Janae. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? Like the Trip album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That Janae, not the early Janae Aiko shit that she was not like, but
So was sold out that drink. Sold out drink.
Sold Out was okay. Out
Uh-huh.
had some okay joints though, but it wasn't really. And I remember when that EP came out. That EP came out when I was
Yeah.
going into college and shit.
Uh-huh.
That I don't need you, I don't need you. That track, I remember
That
that
was amazing.
track was playing everywhere.
Yeah.
I never. That's the thing. She never really had a lot of great choruses. Like I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
But that's besides the point. But yeah, it's just like this joint. It just felt more like a Janae Aiko track featuring Snoop Dogg or some shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just based on the style and everything. But yeah, I
Mm.
never really cared for this one.
I think this is banging. This is like 2000s Dre right here. Like when he was using a lot of those the piano chords. This is vintage Dre on this joint. I love it. The Janae Aqua thing, I don't know. Like some people like her on the hook. Others say that they could have had somebody else like Marsha Ambrosius would have been good on the hook. He did a whole album with Marsha earlier this year that was fire.
She would never fit. Nah,
You don't think so?
nah.
I mean, there's so many other singles they could have gotten. I mean, Janae Aiko was cool. I think her music got better when she got older. Like the
I
Trip
agree.
album and Chilumbo, those are her best albums. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a problem with her on the hook. You know what I'm saying? She from Cali and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they want to just put her on there and represent for the West. And I thought the track is fire, man. Why there's no video for this? I have no idea because this was like the first joint that came off of the album. Instead, they did a whole long form video for Out of the Blue. But what Snoop was saying on here, show you how to do it properly. When you're on my property, I'm a hot commodity, boardwalk monopoly. The nigga safe, ran out of space. I'm an odyssey. I loved his flow on this. Like his flow sounds great over Dre's production. You know what I'm saying? And I thought this was a banging track. Again, one of my favorites on here. Like you don't like the singles, I like the singles. It's the other shit we got to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. Romeo said the all sold out EP was fire to me. Yeah, like I said, it was good. I'm not saying it was a bad record, but I respect your opinion. But that's not really the Janae
I
I
heard
be
it
going.
when it came out, and I did not like it. But then when she came out with Trip, I was like, oh, this is different. You
To
know,
me, I started fucking with her when she came out with that 2088 record with Big Sean.
that
That to me,
that was good.
woo,
But she was clearly the star of that EP. It wasn't him.
she was, she was. But Big Sean gave some of his best rapping on that project. I don't give a fuck what no
Mm.
one say.
Mm.
I think we did talk about that record. I think,
I'm not.
but we're
I'm not
not.
a big Sean fan, so they work well together.
Yeah,
But I'm not a fan of his.
yeah. Like the only album I can really fuck with is like the Dark Sky Paradise, and That's because I like the more dark production on that record, but that's another story for a different day. But now I've heard some of his recent shit. He stepped his pen game up. I heard some of his recent shit, but still, it's like
Oh wow, you ready to put him in the big three?
hell no. He's not even in the Big Ten. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
Track number 6, "The Last Dance with Mary Jane," featuring Tom Petty and Jelly Roll. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest Tom Petty fan. You know what I'm saying? And I know the original sample they used for this track, the Mary Jane's Last Day. I never really cared for that one. To be keep it a buck with you, you know what I'm saying? But I know Snoop Dogg. I know he fuck with Tom Petty's music, and this is like him paying homage to him and everything like that. First of all, rest in peace to Tom Petty. I know he passed away a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? But he's called this. He made this an ode to Mary Jane. Uh, yeah,
you don't
I
like this
don't.
whole
It was
album?
okay.
Oh wow.
It was
Wait,
okay.
did you like anything on this album or no?
I did. It's gonna be much later on. Much later.
So none of the songs
Actually, I did.
so far on
I
here
did like
that you
Hard
don't like.
Knocks. I
Oh,
like
Hard Knocks.
Shangri-La
Okay.
and Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got 2 for 2, but
Wow.
I just felt like, like I said, I got what they were trying to do with it, but why not Willie Nelson? Why like Willie Nelson? I mean, he smokes hella weed and shit.
Because but he didn't. There's an actual clip from an interview that Tom Petty did saying that if Dre did this song, it'd be over, and that's what he used. That's what he did.
Respect, yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying.
I think this track is banging. It should be a single. It had like a country meets, gangster rap sound with the harmonicas and the beat, the bass line. You got Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, I got to check out his stuff because he's all over the place now. Jelly Roll did his thing on here. Tom Petty vocals. Tom Petty is the one playing the harmonica as well.
Yeah.
Snoop did his thing. He's saying, 17 with the dream, blowing smoke in the air, serving fiends. My routine is where I was that year, avoiding them fucking panties in my rear view mirror, county blues, want to lose shit. I'm with all of my peers. And then the chorus, even before the fame, shit was my Novocaine. Things won't change. I loved it. I think it should be a single. They played this on the Drink Champs episode with Nori when they were like previewing some certain tracks.
I still gotta watch that.
I love it. I think it definitely should be a single. They're definitely one of the stronger tracks to me are like at the top. It's when we get to like the lower half, I got an issue with, but this should be a single.
Oh man. Some of the lower half got some heat though. But we'll talk about.
I
shit.
Know. It's some shit I ain't like on the lower half, but they started off strong with this.
Okay. Q said, "What do you think about Jelly Roll?" Jelly Roll, I like his music, but I kind of lost respect for him because he said that Taylor Swift was better than Michael Jackson, and I'm like, okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, you're losing points to me right now, Jelly Roll. I want to check.
Yeah. He didn't. Anytime an artist says
these fucking new kids that come out and look at Michael Jackson like he ain't shit. Like if it wasn't for Mike, it'd be no Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
Exactly. Yeah, man. He said, I swear to God, it's this recent trend how everyone's trying to replace the King of Pop. I don't understand this stupid shit. You only see this shit with the Beatles, no, but it's always Michael Jackson.
You can't replace God, right? For people that are religious, you can't replace God. So why are you trying to replace Michael? Michael is God to me. That is music. Like once he died, a big chunk of music died with him. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody sounded damn same and shit.
Respect. All right. Track number 7, Thank You. Yeah, this is the joint I actually fuck with. Like,
oh, you like this joint? So there's only 2 joints so far that you like on the album.
I
like Hard Knock and
3 joints so far.
And Shangri-La?
No, I like Shangri-La. I like that one. Yeah.
Okay.
But first of all, any track that uses that Sly and the Family Stone sample is always a plus with me. Even though I like the version, the other version of that, the "Thank You for Taking Me to Africa" with the heavy bass line that doom 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 doom. But y'all, if you know, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, man, this definitely was a dope joint and everything. Snoop showing his gratitude for all the years that people been holding him down and everything like that too. Pretty much an ode to like the gang lifestyle and everything like that too. So yeah, this one right here was pretty great. I like this track.
I love the way Dre used the sample. Snoop saying, things just ain't the same for gangsters. Times are changing. Young niggas is dangerous, rich and shameless, do anything to be famous. And he talking about this crippling and he's speaking my language. Loved his flow in this. The beat was fire. This should be a single. Also, they also previewed this on the Drink Champs episode, and I think all the joints they previewed on Drink Champs are going to be singles. Well, hopefully, I think they should be. I don't know what else they plan on dropping, but like the ones they previewed, those are the ones that should be the singles.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got is "Pressure" featuring Khan and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be keeping a buck with you. I don't know too much about Khan and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But besides the point, this is a joint. It has so much of a vintage feel to it. I can see Busta Rhymes on this joint. To be real with you, I don't know
Really?
why.
Wow.
Yeah, I can definitely see Busta because if Busta had a beat like this, ooh,
If Buster had
ooh,
beats like this, Blockbuster would have been a great album.
facts. I agree with you on that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This one was definitely a banging ass track right here and stuff like that. So fire.
I like the beat. I didn't care for Snoop's balls. And he had a whack line on here. The part where you said she said she wanted to eat a hot dog. I'm gonna relish it. Really, Snoop? Really? That's bars. I like the beat. I ain't care for his verses on it. I just thought, give that beat to somebody else.
I feel you. All right. Next track, another part of me featuring Sting. Now, this joint samples on the message in the bottle joint, which everyone should know that one. You know what I'm saying? Now you guys should know I like the Police's music. I do. I wasn't a big fan of them in the beginning, but then once I heard it, I've always fucked with like the first two records, but Message in the Bottle, that's one of those
You gonna make me
joints.
pull out my police vinyl? You gonna make me pull out my police vinyl?
Nigga, I said I
Are we
like
really
them.
gonna throw shade on one of the best bands ever? Where my police
Nigga,
vinyl?
I said I like them. I said I like
You
them.
don't like all
If
this
you
shit,
let me
bro.
finish.
You don't like all this shit.
Well, I didn't hear all their shit though. I didn't hear all their shit.
You don't
But
think this is a great album? The Synchronicity? Come on.
oh,
What?
that's
Are you
a
kidding me?
that's a classic. What you mean? That's
Are you
what you
kidding me?
mean.
I had it on standby. I'm like,
Except
let me pull this out
except
just in
for
case Red started to throw shade at the
Every
police
Breath
like
You
he
Take.
normally do.
That was the worst track. That was the worst track. Every Breath You Take.
You're
Y'all
crazy.
can keep
That's a
that.
classic. That is a
Give
classic.
me
Worst
Murder
track.
by Numbers. One,
You're
two, three.
bugging.
That track, Murder by
You're
Numbers. Come
crazy.
on, nigga.
You're
Don't
crazy.
fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
You are crazy. Every
But
breath you take
everyone wants
is whack to you. Wow.
everybody wants to hear every breath you take,
That's
every
that's
move.
that's the that's
I've
the first
always
song that
been.
I heard from them. Was that? That was my
I heard
introduction to them.
Roxanne. Mine was
Roxanne was great.
Roxanne.
They have many great classics. That's why they have a greatest hits because they have many great classics.
Yeah. But if
Where
you
my
let me
greatest hits
finish
at?
before you
You gonna
pulled
make me
out
pull up
your
my police greatest hits now?
before
Because you
you pulled
throwing
out
shade
your
on the
fucking
police.
vital, I was
Where
gonna
my police
say,
greatest hits at? I gotta pull that out because you talking shit about police, and I don't like that. And we
I
gotta
ain't
put some
talking
respect on
shit. What you
motherfucking Snoop.
mean?
We gotta put some
What you
respect on
mean?
Snoop tonight, goddamn it. Because I don't like what you're saying about the police. The police, see, greatest hits, classic, one of the best
Oh,
greatest hits
oh,
compilations ever.
okay,
Let's not go there.
okay,
Let's not go there.
okay,
I know we're
Fred.
talking about Super
Okay,
Dre,
Fred.
but I don't like what you're saying
Oh,
about Sting right now, and I'm pissed.
nigga, if you let me fucking finish, I said I like the group, But I remember back in the day, I didn't care for them like that.
Oh,
If
man.
you let me
But you but you
finish.
but you like Cream and all them other motherfuckers.
Hell the fuck yeah, I like Cream. Hell
Talking
the fuck
Heads and all
yeah.
them motherfuckers. Talking Heads ain't better than the police, man.
Talking
You crazy.
heads.
You crazy.
Talking
You
heads.
crazy. Come
Where
on,
do you
man.
think the police got most of their style from? Let's keep it a
Come on,
buck.
man. Hey, police did it better
They
than
were all doing
they
that
tough
new
story
wave shit.
sound. The
What you
police did it better.
mean?
The police did it better.
Nah, Talking Heads did it way better.
Hey,
Come
Talking
on.
Heads ain't got the doo doo da da song and shit.
Okay,
You know what I
but
mean?
the police don't got burning down the house. The police ain't got
Come
none of
on,
that shit.
come
The
on.
police
That
ain't
ain't
got
no good.
Psycho Killer. The police ain't got Psycho
Psycho
Killer. They
Killer
ain't
they
got
using
that
like
shit.
every fucking movie and shit. I already done
The
heard that. That's
police,
in Rock Band and all that.
the police ain't got. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling. They ain't got that shit. What you mean?
So let me guess. You don't like the track because they use the police song and you didn't like it.
No, I like this track. I love this track. That's why it's
Oh, you
important to
love
let
this
me
track.
finish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's important to let me. I was
Police
saying I
sample and
love
all. You
this
like it.
track.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love this West. See, I was gonna
That's
see
good.
you got all we had a whole 5 minute argument about this shit. I swear to God, I can't
Because
talk
you
about
know
the
how much
police
you
with
hate the
your ass.
police, you know.
I never said I hated the police. I hate the real police, not the
The
band
real
police.
police. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate the real police.
Black people feel the same way. So
But yeah, as I was saying, this joint was hot though. I like this joint. You know what I'm saying? Um, Snoop singing, trying to like just another part of me. I mean,
man,
I got used to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I like that little Tom Cruise line he used for My Hood 2-1 Risky
Yes.
Business Top Gun. That's a
Uh-huh.
that's a slick line right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And you don't like Tom
And then
Cruise,
sing
remember?
on the
Because
second.
he's into Scientology. That
Nah,
ain't your boy.
yeah, I don't like that nigga. Like
Wow.
the Mickey Mouse of Scientology. That's what I call it.
Well, Tom Cruise is a legend. Many classic movies he got.
Overrated. Overrated.
He's overrated.
All he plays the same role all the time. The same
Right.
white boy with the dream role all the time.
Because Billy D was so great, right? The Colt 45 guy, he was so great.
Billy D is one of the greatest. Billy D was the Denzel Washington before Denzel Washington. What you mean? What you mean? You go
You,
you
you
go you
drinking
go
you
put
drinking
some
the Colt
motherfucking
45 too? You drinking the beer? You drinking that beer like he was drinking? I think you drunk
Billy
off
D.
that shit.
Williams, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Oh,
Come on, man. Don't fuck with me.
come on, man. You putting them in the same category with Denzel and Will Smith? Really?
Yeah, nigga, yes.
Wow.
Have you seen Brian's song?
Yep.
Have you seen Mahogany?
Yep.
Lady sings the motherfucking blues.
Yep. I
Star
saw
Wars.
him as Lando
Star
Calrissian in
Wars,
Star Wars
nigga.
too.
Star Wars, nigga.
But don't be
Come
shit.
on, nigga.
Harrison Ford was in Star Wars. He had a bigger role. Han Solo was
I
one of
know.
the best characters in Star Wars.
Listen. These niggas, Billy D, James Earl Jones, if it was from these motherfuckers, black people would not be in science fiction like that. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
I can tell you more Tom Cruise.
We won't have no Black Panther.
I can tell you more Tom Cruise films than Billy D.
I can tell you more Billy D films than Tom Cruise. What's up?
I grew up on Tom Cruise. Risky Business and Top Gun. Come on.
Risky Business was cool.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we all love that scene. He's sliding around in his underwear. But you know what? You know who did it better? Fucking Niles from the Nanny. Niles from the Nanny did that shit way better.
Okay.
Din.
I watched the Nanny like in the syndication. I wasn't checking the Nanny like that.
Yeah, I feel you, but yeah, I like this record. I like this one.
This another preview that they played. This should be a single. The only part that I'm trying to understand is where the fuck is Sting on the song, because I can't hear him.
He's on the second verse.
What second verse? I didn't hear him. Did his voice change over the years? Like I don't hear Sting on this song. Was he using like auto tune or something? Because I'm searching for Sting's voice. I'm like, where's Sting's voice at?
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I had to replay it a few times too, because I felt at first when I saw his name and I saw the sample, he just put the right. Because you know, if you sample the Police or Sting, you have to pay a lot of money. Cough, cough, Diddy, Juice World, all them motherfuckers and shit like that, you know. So
I didn't
I thought
hear
they
him
just did
on. I'm like, where is Sting's vocals? I didn't hear him. And they said he's on there. I'm like, did they mask him like way in the background? Because I didn't hear him.
shit. That's why I'm
You know what
looking
I'm
at
saying?
Rap Genius. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
But the beat was fire. It was great. You know, Snoop's flow was dope. You know, I'm not encore. I'm not done. He is 1-1 from my hood 2-1. Risky business, Top Gun. I loved his flow on that. You had Dre. Dre was like, you know, talking his shit on the record, and this should be a single too. They need like another mix with Sting actually front and center, you know, singing because I know Sting's voice and I didn't hear it on here.
Yeah, I feel like this one definitely
Unless
needs to
his
be
voice
matched.
changed to like a black person over the years, because I'm like, where was Sting on it? I don't hear him.
Yeah. Next track, Skyscrapers featuring Method Man and Smitty. Yo, this joint is fire. Excuse me. This joint right here is fire and shit. I love this fucking joint. You know what I'm saying? Now this should be a fucking single, in my opinion. Snoop, Method Man, you know, seeing Snoop and Method Man, you know what vibes to give you when they were both on Soul Plane and shit. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Crap, crap.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this one was definitely dope. I feel like Method Man killed that shit.
Yeah.
He killed that fucking shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This Johnny Blaze and that Stu and that's Dr. Dre in the coupe. He get the Q. I don't Bishop. Ain't no OJ in this juice. Cool. Come
Ooh.
on. Method Man
HOD.
pen game. He always steps his game up with this pen game every
Definitely.
fucking year.
Definitely.
Every year his pen game is serious, man. I
Hmm.
gotta check out that recent Meth Lab album. I gotta check that out. I heard good things about it though.
I'll skip that. But I want that Meth and Havoc album to drop. That should need to drop ASAP. I don't know what they waiting for, you know,
Yeah,
but
Powell's over.
yeah, your power's over. It's time to get back to music. You know. Yeah, his flow was fire. So Taylor made in my suit. I'm the Michael J in my group. What? Come on, he got the Family Ties reference. Come on, man. Meth killed it. I
Yeah.
love the beat.
If
The
you,
beat was hard. You know, it was great to hear like Meth over a Dre track. You know, this was bang.
so, yeah, man. Every time I listen to a track like this, man, I'm just grateful that the vets are still going stronger and stronger as ever and shit. You
Yep, yep.
know what I'm saying? Next track is Fire featuring Coco Sarah. Now this is like a little reggae dancehall kind of joint right here and everything like that too. I actually like this joint. I actually fucking like this joint in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they caught the reggae fever and everything like that too, but they didn't like over. This is not Snoop Lion. It's not Snoop Lion and shit
You
like
sure
that. Just
about
letting
that?
y'all motherfuckers know. But
It sounded like Snoop Lion.
I'm sure because Snoop Lion that was another story, man. That was But yeah, this joint right here was pretty cool.
I like the beat. I would have preferred Damian Marley on the hook or Shanisa. I don't know who this Coco Sarah chick is. She didn't. He sounded like a carbon copy of so many others. You know, but this is like the beat was fire. I just was like, what is this? Like, this is Snoop Lion we hearing, or you know?
Definitely. I
My
see you.
my
I see.
first
I
pick
do.
would have been Damian Marley. Sound good on anything. I would definitely had Damian Marley on this joint.
Definitely. Now the next track, Guns and Smoke, featuring 50 Cent and Eminem. Now this is a track I never thought I'd see the day. All the Dre's proteges on one track. Well, almost all
We,
the
we didn't
Dre's
get all
proteges
that.
on one.
We didn't get all.
Yeah,
We got some.
you got some. But yeah, man, this joint right here was dope as fuck, in my opinion, and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This like a real back and forth record and everything like that. They used a sample of Biggie's what's that track, Dead Wrong, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. 50 Cent. I gotta get used to because 50 Cent definitely sounds more different over the years and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was just me, but yeah, I definitely feel like Snoop had the best verse on this track right here. Eminem, he did his thing on this one. Eminem definitely did his thing on this one though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Snoop definitely stole the show.
I didn't like 50's verse at all. Like the way he started it, yeah, like that fast flow. He sounded like, I don't know, was he trying to sound like Twister or Crucial Conflict or something? I didn't like his verse, but
I got
Eminem
that
did his thing. Yeah, Eminem did his thing, and Snoop did his thing on here, and the beat was dope.
definitely. Next track is Sticky Situation featuring Kana Coco Sarah. I didn't really care for this track to be real with you. It was okay. The beat was fire though, but I could have done care less for this one.
What When I heard this, I thought of the symphony, and I thought of what's the Cool G Rap joint? Wrote the Riches. It had like
Ding,
that.
ding, 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 that
Yeah,
yeah,
it had like that sound. I'm like, was Dre listening to Cool G Rap when he was doing this track? You know,
that's a great
I mean,
question.
it is. Yeah, this is like a skip for me though. But the beats that reminded me of like the Cool G Rap shit. I said the symphony. I meant the Cool G Rap joint.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, next track we got is Now or Never featuring BJ the Chicago Kid. Um, this track I definitely did like this track right here. It had like a more motivational kind of thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Snoop giving his shout outs to all the people that held him down from Martha Stewart to the DOC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Martha Stewart, man. Her fine ass. Anyway, but yeah, but then this one definitely was pretty cool and pretty cool track and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat. The beat was right here was fire too. So yeah, this one's cool.
This should have been the last track on the album.
I agree.
It felt like a finale type of track. You know, when they're reminiscing. Going back to the looking at their careers. It's like one of those reflective tracks. You know what I'm saying? The beat was
Yeah,
dope. Yeah, Dre's actually rapping on this one. Like it's like the second track that he's rapping on. Fuck you is just an expression of my profession. Been had an attitude since my adolescence, chasing perfection, never accepted exceptions. I like Dre's verse on here, but I think I would have finished the album off with this one instead.
I agree. Track number 15, Gangsta Pose, featuring them joints, Stallone and Fat Money. Um, Pretty solid track. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would have probably put this a little earlier on the album, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? The beat switch was pretty cool too, but yeah, this was pretty straight.
I didn't like it. I thought the beat was garbage. I don't know none of these niggas on the track. Like, wait, we can have a posse cut. Why not have your aftermath artists, Kendrick and M and 50? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care for it.
Mm. All right. And the last song on this album called The Negotiator. Vintage Dre and Snoop right here and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, I like this track. You know what I'm saying? I would have probably put this a little bit above Now or Never. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, this one was pretty straight. I like this one.
I ain't like this one either. Both of these shits are skips to me. Like I said, I think they should have ended the album with Now or Never.
Definitely.
You know,
All right. So overall, This is actually a solid album, despite a few missteps here and there. Is it worth the wait? Um, it depends what you actually want to listen to when it comes to them. Because, like I said, part of the thing with nostalgia, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse sometimes too. And I feel like with an album like this, especially with Dre and Snoop, how their legacy is definitely stored upon in hip hop, and of course, West Coast hip hop and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? We were expecting like that classic G Funk style, but you gotta remember, Dre ain't never gonna go back to that. I mean, he could, but with some quick updates, make it more contemporary and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So now there was some filler on this album. I'm not gonna hold you. There was some strong filler when it came to this album, but it's more good than bad in my opinion. So that I can always count. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he needs to go back. Listen, all the tons of tracks that he's had for Detox, and we never got that album. All the unreleased shit is. You mean to tell me he can't go in his bag and get the vintage Chronic sound?
Mm.
He has the beats. I'm curious to know what because he had unreleased joints off of this album. I'm curious to know what joints on this album didn't make the final cut. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the production sonically, Dre always said it sonically. Sonically is great to hear, in the speakers and production was great. But there are some album filler cuts on here. For what is it, like 16 tracks we got. There are some filler on here. I like the first
Right.
half of the album. The basically the joints they played on Drink Champs. That's the joints they need to release as singles. You know what I'm saying? Out of the Blue is out now. You got Gorgeous. Last Dance with Mary Jane, one of my favorites. That needs to be a single. Another Part of Me needs to be a single. Thank You needs to be a single. And that's it. I wouldn't release nothing else after those joints. Even the Method Man joint was fire. But this is I don't think this is the album people been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Like it was great to hear them reunite and do a whole album. Like we've been wanting this forever. The features wasn't all that either. Like I was expecting like big. Where's Kendrick? Kendrick should have been on here. Anderson Paak, Mary, like all the artist that Dre produced for. He's done for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you're bringing in like unknown motherfuckers. I'm like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Even the track with 50 and M, I wasn't hyped for. I'm like, you look at the track list and you're like, oh, the track with 50 and M. I'm like, 50 sounded like crap on that joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is the features people wanted. I didn't want these features. He had better features on Detox and then all them shits is unreleased. All the shit he did with Jay and with Ti, with Nas. Like where those cats at? Put them on this album. I don't even think this is his best shit with Snoop. I think like we mentioned before, his best shit with Snoop is the No Limit stuff, and even on Blue Carpet Treatment, like the stuff he did on there was better than this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's good, but it's just good enough. It's not great. It's not great. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm giving it a 3.5. I don't even think it's one of the best of the other year. I think there's other albums that came out is better than this. From the West Coast. Dog Pound album better than this.
I
Kendrick
agree.
album better than this. Easily. Not one bad song on the Kendrick album. Kendrick album better than this shit. You know, it's there's some joints, but there's some album filler and this I don't know, like shit. Drake did Marsha Ambrose's album. That was a better album. Casablanca, better album this year than that. And he used familiar samples on that joint. And he just I don't know, he was in the zone with that with Marsha Ambrose's, but on here, I don't know. You know what I'm saying, but I mean, they could release at least 5 singles off of it. Just like all the joints they played on Drink Champs, those are the joints they need to release. I wouldn't release nothing else off of it, and they'll still sell because it's Dre and Snoop. But classic, this ain't gonna be no classic though.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Hmm. All right. What time is it? 11:30.
I feel like we need another one. We need another. It's been so long since Dre and Snoop worked together. I feel like we need another album with them. Just maybe this was like one album that they do just to get the rust out, the kinks out, and like, yo, give us another album.
You
You know what
might
I'm
need
saying?
another one. I definitely do.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, at this point, I don't really care to hear Snoop and Pharrell again. Like, for Snoop and Pharrell been doing shit for like the last 20 years. I don't want to hear Snoop and Pharrell. Give me another Dre and Snoop album.
Did you get the text I sent you?
Yeah, yeah. But that's for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can push it up to 6. I just gotta talk to Ant.
that's cool. 6 or 7, it don't matter.
Okay, yeah, I can do
Ice
6.
Cube album was. I saw somebody post up that he didn't like. He didn't like the Ice Cube album or the Dre and Snoop. The Ice Cube album was fire
I
for
love
me. I
that
thought
Cube
it
out.
was
What you?
banging. You know what I mean? And I didn't like Ice Cube shit in the 2000s. I think this is his best shit since Lethal Injection. Definitely like the Ice Cube album.
Yo, that Ice Cube album is fire. That shit stays on repeat.
Yeah. Why not have the Dope Pen on the album? Warren G. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this the features could have been so much better on here. Yeah, Ice Cube album
That's
fire.
like,
I don't know. Some I ain't hear. I only saw one person say they didn't like it, but I fuck with it. Well, the West Coast been dropping the best shit this year, yo. They've been dropping the best releases. Kendrick, Cube, Blue dropped a couple of projects. You had the Real Psycho collab with Be Real and Psycho Less. Dog Pound album, like the West been dropping heat this year, yo.
I agree.
East Side is dropped the EP.
I still gotta hear that shit.
You know what I mean?
What?
The West been dropping. I ain't even trying to make it a regional thing. I just feel like the West. This is like unprecedented for the West. They haven't dropped this much heat in a long time, like this. Tyler's album, right? I forgot about Tyler. Chromacopia.
Oh, Tyler.
Definitely. West been coming with the heat this year, yo. Snoop and Dre album is cool. I don't like all of it though. Like I said, the first half to me they started. Maybe it's the sequencing too. I just feel like the sequencing. They started off with the bangers in the beginning, and then it kind of tapered off for me towards the end.
I can't wait till we do this top hip hop album this year because there's so many heat.
How much we doing?
20 hip hop album.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Just 20?
Just
Do you have an
20.
honorable mention?
Yeah, you can have some honorable mention.
This was a big year for the West. It might just be a all West Coast list, but maybe a few East Coast exceptions. But I don't know.
Okay, so Ant said he has an open mic tomorrow.
All right. So we gotta push that back.
Yeah, we can push the Prince back. We can do that.
Game came out with a banger with a big hit. Larry June came out with some heat this year. Hey man, come on East Coast, what's going on here? Y'all got the West beating you right now.
Shit. Let me think.
Alchemist
Mm.
came out with some shit this year. He just dropped the album with Rock Marcy. Yeah, Game and Big Hit. They did a like a 9-song album. It's called Paisley Dreams. It came out on New Year's. Hit Boy produced the whole thing. Fire.
I'll probably just push the Prince to this weekend and shit. Probably Saturday.
Hit Boy dropped 2 albums actually. He did another album with Alchemist and his pops and Big Hit. That was fire. Black
Fat.
and Whites. That was a fire album too. I ain't hear nobody mention those albums.
Yeah, because they came out way earlier in the year.
Hey, they was still banging. I was still bumping them shits, man. You know. Would you want to do something else tomorrow? Fat
Oh,
Joe. Did you hear the Fat Joe album?
you really want to talk about this Fat Joe album, do you?
Hey, it ain't no classic. There's a couple of decent tracks on there, but you know, I mean, you got Fat Joe album that came out. You got Rock Marcy and Alchemist. They came out with an album. Muggs and Crime Apple. They came out with not Muggs, Crime Apple and Apollo Brown. They came out with an album together. You got Be Real
Okay.
and Psycho Les. They came out with an album together.
I was gonna probably say the Rock Marciano for next week, possibly.
Okay. All right.
We can do Fat Joe tomorrow. We can do that.
Fat
I'll
Joe.
give it a shot. I'll give it
Couple
a
of
shot.
couple of nights. But my thing with Fat Joe, he gotta stop using Cool and Dre. Like enough with Cool and Dre. Because they're one dimensional. They have the same sound. You know, they're mainstream as shit. He has to go back to his roots. Diamond D dropped the album this year that was fire. Why isn't he working with Diamond D? Lord Finesse, Showbiz, Primo. I would love to hear a Fat Joe and Primo album.
Text me the Diamond D album. Text me that. Just the name.
He has to go back
Um,
to his roots because it's
damn.
I'm so his worst shit is with Cool and Dre. His worst projects are with Cool and Dre.
Yeah, this is his first solo album since The Dark Side Volume One. Shit,
Nah,
that's
he's
crazy.
had he's had others. What you mean? The Elephant in the Room wasn't that a
That came out 2 years before Dark Side.
so what came out after that shit with what's that joint? The Johnny have a Little Wayne. The I Make It Rain. That shit.
The what came out
That's not
after
his
that
last
one?
solo album. That's not his last solo album. That can't be.
It is because he dropped hella collab albums like with Remy and with Cool and
That Remy,
Dre.
I didn't like that Remy. That Remy album was trash. I didn't like that shit.
I didn't care for that one either.
So
Too busy with them side.
he hasn't dropped a solo album since Dark Side. Are you fucking kidding me? What about
Yeah.
2 and 3? Did I count that as an album?
What about what 2 and 3?
Dark Side 2 and 3. Yeah, it's a whole trilogy.
Hold on. That's a dark. Hold on. That's a mixtape actually.
So they count those as mixtapes.
Yeah, 2 and 3 are mixtapes.
What about the Family Ties album? That wasn't just him.
That was a collab album with Dre.
Yeah, he gotta get rid of Cool and Dre, man. Them shits is his worst shit. Dark Side Volume One. That was the joint he had. He had the joint with Chris Brown
You said
on
which
that
one?
joint. Yeah, Dark Side Volume One. He had a song with Chris Brown on that.
Dark Side Volume. Let me double check. Hold on.
I didn't hear that one. I heard 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 he had Primo. He had Primo and he had a joint with Action Bronson. I think that was on part three with Primo. Primo produced that one.
Nah, he
I
don't have
heard
no
two and
song.
three, but he had a song with Chris Brown. I don't know if it's from that album though, but I didn't hear that one anyway. But 2 and 3 I heard those joints were good. I thought those were albums. I guess they counted those as mixtapes. But but you see how his discography fell off though. Like he got to stop using these generic motherfuckers. They like the fake Neptunes. You know what I'm saying? Even the Neptune sound has evolved. Like Reg would say, cafeteria beats. They don't make beats like that no more. They shit is different now. When I hear a Cool and Dre song, it's like listening to like Rick Ross from like 05, 06. I have a feeling Reggie ain't gonna like that shit though. That might be a trash review for him.
We'll see.
You ain't gonna
It
like it
might.
because if you don't like Cool and Dre, you're not gonna. I don't fuck with them. I just feel like their shelf life has been over a long time ago, and for whatever reason, he keeps going back to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like look at all these joints he came out with. All or nothing, trash. Me, myself, and I, trash. The Elephant in the Room, garbage. Jose too, garbage. All of these albums from 2005 all the way to now has been complete trash, and he's had big hits. He had All the Way Up, but when you hear the whole album don't sound like that. The whole album is garbage. You know, maybe that's why he's still using them because he need like a hit record from every project from them. But overall, his album's been garbage since '05. You know what I'm saying? I need Trinity Ave, Boom Bap, Terror Squad, Fat Joe again. Not this shit he's coming out with.
Not this Fugazi shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he dropping shit so that he could sit in the front row at Knicks games so they could play. Like I ain't niggas is not bumping this shit, yo. I heard it. I was like, couple nice songs, but it definitely no classic. Now, Loyalty album was fire. I fuck with the Loyalty album. That's when he started to change though.
Yeah, Loyalty was okay. It was pretty straight.
Yeah, but he started to change even on that album. You could tell.
All right, I'm gonna stay on for a few
We
more.
might we don't even have to do it. I just threw it out there. I'm like, we got some. We not
No, we
new
can do
albums
it.
that came out Friday.
We
You
can
want to
do
say
it.
Rock Marcy and Alchemist for next week? You know, you got a Diamond. Oh yeah, Diamond D album. We didn't talk about Diamond D album. Be Real and Psycho Les. I like that album. That album's fire. You know, Crime Apple. Are you a fan of Crime Apple or no?
I fuck with Prime Apple.
Crime Apple and Paulo Brown. They dropped a good album.
Oh,
I
wait,
love
Prime Apple.
Paulo Brown,
Ooh,
man. Yeah,
tech. Hold on. I'm gonna text myself because some of these albums we're gonna have to talk about next week and
yeah.
shit. Hold on. God, I'm still.
Daz dropped a new album too.
I'm still
You got
trying
some
to listen.
Christmas shit. You into Robert Glasper?
Yeah, I am.
He got a Christmas album in December. It's like 8 songs. Andre Day's on it. Some other artists.
Okay.
You got what else? with Fonte from Little Brother. He dropped the EP earlier this year, like 4 songs.
I
That's
heard about
pretty
that.
pretty good. Yo, there's some joints that we ain't talked about yet. Man. You want to go through fucking Prince, the whole damn Prince discography? Like, a
Nigga,
lot
you
of his.
like fucking
I like 2 songs. I like 2 albums so far from the 2000s from him: Musicology and 3121. All that other shit, like, was garbage because I heard it. All that other shit he was doing, artificial intelligence, all that shit was trash. You know, let's not act like this man was just dropping shit leading up until his death. That was great. It wasn't. He was dropping a lot of garbage ass albums.
That's true.
I do like Welcome to America though. We gotta talk about that one.
Yeah, that's
But that was
coming
after
up.
he died. That's after he died though.
Yeah, but he did finish the album before he died, so
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
throw that.
He just never released it and he canceled the tour for it for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Shit. Shit, we might have to push his top hip hop albums to maybe early January of
That's what
2024.
I'm
Might as
saying.
well.
I'm like there's a lot of good releases. A lot of them came from the West. You know, there's some slept on releases. Like this 20 might be just kind of hard to just narrow down to 20. You got the DMX dropped. Even DMX dropped something. He dead. He dropped something.
I'm kind of on the fence of listening to that. To be real with you.
I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna check it out because there's some big name artists on there. You got Killer Mike on there. You got Lecrae. You got MC Light, Snoop Dogg, Terrence Martin.
Yeah, you know how I feel about posthumous albums.
I know.
But I'm gonna end this off right here and shit. We can do the Fat Joe next. We can do the Fat Joe tomorrow and shit.
You want to
I'll,
do it?
I'll
You
give that.
sure? You
Yeah,
sure?
yeah. Um, how many tracks is it? Like,
Um, how many joints is it again?
let me look it up. Hold on.
The world changed on me.
That's that title alone. Oh my god.
Y'all feeling the title?
I'm not feeling the title. Hell no.
Say the title is Buns.
Oh, it's only 11 tracks. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna make some money before I do this
We,
review.
we could definitely do that less than an hour.
Yeah,
Uh,
as long as we have time for your podcast and
well, I mean
shit, we
that's
good.
what they still going on. Like some homie hit me up like he's going live at 8, but I mean he could change his mind. So I don't know.
Okay, because like I said, I gotta make some money before I do this. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm gonna put it 7 o'clock for now.
All right, all right.
But if anything happens, just let me know and everything like that. All right. Oh, it's people citing his prayers.
Oh, that's what it is.
So yeah, so it's pretty much like with Tupac's the rose that grew from the concrete. People reading his poetry and shit, just
Who asked for that?
capitalizing off
Who,
anything.
who asked for that? What hip
That's
hop
why. That's
fan
why I
is
was like,
saying I need a DMX gospel fucking album? Who was asking for that? This man has
that's
unreleased material. Like they need to release it. Like who's asking for a gospel album from DMX? He's not a gospel artist. He did prayers. He's not fucking Mary Mary or BB and CC Wanted now.
I'm on dead. But yeah, man. We're gonna do the Fat Joe. We're gonna put that for 7 o'clock, the latest Wednesday. We're gonna continue on with our Linkin Park bag with Living Things, and we can do that
Next
after.
album, then
Yes,
that Thousand Suns, whatever the fuck they call it.
I agree.
I almost said Thousand Island.
I agree. This Living Things and the one after Living Things, though.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Uh-huh. The Hunting
yeah,
Party,
yeah,
definitely.
yes. Come on, that's gonna be Wednesday after your podcast is done. Thursday, we're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
with our
try
mix.
to. I'm gonna try to be done. What time we going live on Wednesday?
Well, I had texted you saying just let me know whenever you're done
I'm gonna try to be
with
done
your
in an
shit.
hour. I know Rockabash. I love Rockabash, but it's too much.
Oh,
We get
oh, you doing rock?
sidetracked too much. Yeah, we get
Oh, you
sidetracked
doing
too much, and
rock?
then it ends up
Oh,
being 4 hours, a 4 hour live stream. And yeah, I don't want to do no more though. So I'm
okay.
if we go wait, what time we going live? Like 10, 9?
Let's just say 10 o'clock the
I'm
latest.
I'm gonna try to keep it under 3 hours and just stick to the album. And I know we're gonna sidetrack at some point and talk about football, but I don't want to make it a 4 hour live stream again. So
I got you.
because if I'm not even gonna watch my own live stream that's 4 hours, nobody else is gonna watch it. So I don't want to make it 4 hours again.
I got you. All right, then Thursday we're gonna go with our mixtape bag with Doshi's Alligator Bites Never Heal.
Ooh,
I've heard so much about this.
yes.
I'm gonna check this album out. I heard so much about
A
Doshi.
female that can actually rap and sing. Wow. We don't get none of that anymore. We got fucking Megan and Sexy Red no talent asses.
I'm weak. All right. Then Friday, I was thinking about doing a movie review on the Bill Murray movie Scrooge, just for Christmas movies and shit like that.
Gotta watch that again. I ain't seen that in so long. It's in so many years.
Same. And Saturday
Is,
we
is
can
that is
do
that is that a normal review? Is that gonna be a trash review?
that's a normal review because actually I do like the movie.
Okay.
And then Saturday, time to be announced. We'll just do Princess Planet Earth. 'Cause I know what's his name? Ant got an open mic at 7. But I gotta see some of his open mics though. I gotta see because I've been slipping on that.
Shout out to Aim.
Yeah, doing his comedy thing. Shout out to him. So yeah, we got a solid week here and there. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Um, anything you want to say before we head out?
I'm going live on Wednesday with Rocker. Rocker Bash gonna come back and tell us his thoughts about this album, Snoop and Dre album. And I'm gonna be doing a video with shout out. I don't know if he's still in here. Shout out to Jerry, Dawn of the Dead. You know, we're gonna be doing a like top 5 video games he grew up with. And that's gonna be fun. You know, from the retro era, the Nintendo era, and Super Nintendo and all that. So look out for that. At some point, we're gonna do that joint. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Rocker by the way, and shout out to Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
Um, in case you guys are just tuning in last minute, we just did Snoop Dogg's The Missionary album. Well, Snoop and Dr. Dre's album Missionary. Y'all make sure y'all check this album out. Like I said, I gave it 4 mics. Try gave it like 3.5.
Three and a
4 mics.
half.
Three
Three
and
and
a
a
half.
half.
Okay.
I think the best songs on the beginning of the album. I think they could still drop like 5 or 6 singles on the album, and it's still gonna sell because it's Snoop and Dre. But it ain't fucking with Chronic or Chronic 2001.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh hell no. Definitely.
Nah,
Nothing's touching those albums.
there's some
Nothing.
filler on here that I would skip.
But without further ado, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.
Peace.